Also among them is Petty Officer First Class William Pickney, a cook in World War II who received the Navy Cross for heroic action aboard USS Enterprise in 1942 when he saved fellow shipmates trapped after an explosion with complete disregard for his own safety. The guided missile destroyer I was privileged to command bears his name, and his widow, who has since joined her husband in heaven, christened our ship. William's humble reply when asked across the years about his courage on that day, "I was just proud to serve," he said. And perhaps most importantly, today we pay tribute to those heroes who answered the ultimate call of duty, gave their last full measure, and did not come home. Among those fallen heroes is Army Private First Class Jalfred Vaccarano. Jalfred had never been more excited than the day he left his hometown, only an hour and a half away from this park, to join the Army, his Army. In 2001, he was 20 years old and had a bright future ahead of him, a fiancée waiting for him at home. Tragically, he lost his life in combat in Afghanistan, forever frozen in time, forever 20 years old, a promising life cut short on our behalf, but a life overflowing with honor and courage, selfless sacrifice. His mother is here with us today, Yolanda, and to all of our Gold Star families who honor us with your presence here, today we pause to remember that we are forever in your debt for the price that you have and you continue to pay. We humbly recognize your sacrifice. We cannot begin to grasp or assuage your loss, but we promise here in this place that we will never, ever forget. We grieve alongside you as a nation and honor the noble purpose that called your loved ones to serve their country and their countrymen. As we complete military operations in Afghanistan, it is important that we remember Jalfred and his fellow soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who served and died in this conflict. We honored their brave commitment by acknowledging that it mattered, and it continues to matter. They made a difference and demonstrated immense courage by answering the call to service to a nation threatened, a nation at war. And they more than fulfilled their promise to protect our country and give others a chance to live in safety and choose their own destiny. And for 20 years, there have been no attacks on the United States. And the enemy who attacked us on that September morning is decimated and in hiding today. This generation of patriots who protected us from all enemies and those who paid the ultimate price succeeded in their mission, exceeded every expectation, and have earned our eternal gratitude. Our freedom and safety is testimony to the significance of their selfless service and sacrifice, and we should always remember who paid for that and the tears shed by those they left behind, especially on this day, even as cookouts and sporting events mark our holiday event. As we leave here and drive by the flags flying from government buildings or from porches in Brandon or Wesley Chapel, I would ask that you recall the cost and recognize that our United States, our 245-year experiment in a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, might indeed perish from this earth without selfless heroes such as William and Jalfred, who looked left, looked right, and then courageously stepped forward, demonstrating the fortitude to fight for others and defend our freedom. A gift passed down from this generation, the last generation, the one before that, and the greatest generation. A bond that ties those lost together in ways that we are just not worthy to understand. So today, on Memorial Day, let us honor our fallen heroes, respect their sacrifice, and embrace with humble and enduring gratitude those they leave behind, some gathered here with us today. They deserve nothing less. The nation they deserved deserves nothing less. Thank you for joining us today and helping us remember how much we owe and to whom we owe it to. Thank you. God bless our fallen, and God bless those they left behind.
It is now my privilege to introduce Tampa City Councilman Mr. Luis Vieira to share his remarks.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor to be here today. Vice Admiral Malloy, thank you so much, sir. You honor us with your remarks and your being here. I'm Luis Vieira, Tampa City Councilman. It's just a real honor to be here today. You know, Memorial Day is a day that is a somber day where we pay tribute not only to human suffering and to tragic loss, but to human suffering and tragic loss that is done for such a truly holy cause. When we think about the loss that we honor here today, I think about something that I read. I was reading a biography on our 26th President, Theodore Roosevelt, not long ago, and I came across a line that I forgot about that reminds me a lot of today and the loss that we talk about today. When in 1884, his mother passed on. She was about 50 years old on the very same night that his then wife, Alice Roosevelt, would pass on in 1884. That night, who would be our 26th president, wrote down on a piece of paper, "The light has gone out of my life, nothing more." And he wrote an X above that. We pay tribute to the suffering of those Gold Star families for whom the light has gone out of your life. The kind of suffering and loss that so many of us can't even begin to think about or to begin to correlate or experience. But it's a loss that is for truly a holy cause. That's what Memorial Day is all about. It's about a truly holy cause. It's about a cause that began almost 250 years ago when 13 colonies came together to oppose the then empire of the world, Great Britain, put together by words by a 33-year-old attorney by the name of Thomas Jefferson, enshrined in our Declaration of Independence, generation by generation, from Lexington and Concord to Gettysburg, to World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the conflicts of the 1980s, Gulf War, conflicts of the 1990s, or post 9/11 conflicts. Generation after generation would be called to defend those values. When I think about our duties to our Gold Star families today on Memorial Day and every day, I think about a saying that we have where we say, "Welcome home." Welcome home to a lot of our Vietnam veterans. I see my friend Tom O'Malley, who's here, who's a proud Vietnam veteran, Navy. He was referenced before, a good man. We say to a lot of our Vietnam veterans 50 years after the fact, "Welcome home," because you may have been home for 50 years, but a lot of them don't feel like they were really home. For our Gold Star families, you don't feel like you're at home after a loss. After you've lost a son or a daughter, a sibling, a parent, a loved one, a spouse, you don't feel like you're really at home emotionally. Our job as good Americans is to try to welcome these families home on their journey. Their journey may take a month, it may take a year, it may take 20 years, but we must, as good Americans, stand in solidarity with these families and help them find a way home. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
At this time, our Gold Star families will accompany Vice Admiral Malloy to place a wreath at the Gold Star Monument. Admiral Malloy, Ms. Mercado. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the final honorees. Firing of the three-gun volley, followed by a moment of silence and the playing of taps. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. This concludes our dedication ceremony. God bless you all. Have a happy Memorial Day.